In the Coin 6 investigation, TriMet reports ridership is rebounding, now at more than 1 million riders a week. But safety issues are too common on buses and trains.
Ever since this pandemic that we've experienced, the agency now tracks increasing assaults and threats towards its operators and drivers. Add to this, now staffing shortages are forcing the agency to cut service too. Let's get to our Brandon Thompson live tonight from TriMet headquarters. Brandon, I know you're looking into the issues and you're also looking at what TriMet is doing to address these problems.
Yeah, and when you speak of those delays, the union president tells me that the perceived danger is affecting hiring. TriMet's drivers and operators have moved Portlanders through the pandemic and through protests. Add the assault and harassment, and it's showing the thorns of the Rose City's transit. Behind the wheel of TriMet's buses and trains,
this is the best thing for me to do. I wish I could just do it safely.
Are the operators that keep Portland moving, but their accounts of threats and harassment have pushed some to the edge.
I've had scary situations in my 9 years with TriMet.
It can get very confrontational very quick, and it can get very physical and dangerous very fast.
Richard Williams drove for 4 years before retiring 2 years ago. The other, an anonymous driver, is still with the agency, driving for 9 years. They're two of several current and former TriMet operators we spoke with, detailing harassment and even assault on the job. Coin 6 digital reporter Amanda Arden spoke to Williams about his experience.
Were you ever attacked?
Oh, absolutely. I was assaulted numerous times. Like I think I told you earlier, 3 times I had guns pulled on me. 11 times I had knives pulled on me. I can't even tell you how many times I was verbally assaulted, and I've lost count on how many times I was physically assaulted.
For the other driver, she considered herself assaulted 3 times. The first time, she was spit on. The second time, gravel was thrown at her as she walked to her bus. The third time, a man threw a box of masks at her and then escalated to a rock. Between people trying to bring knives on board and even machetes, it's led this employee to therapy, saying she's been diagnosed with PTSD and acute stress disorder.
Day in and day out, there's no 8-hour shifts. I work a lot of hours, day in and day out, being bombarded with those images and that treatment and then being assaulted. It's too much.
Frederick Casey and Shirley Block are the union vice president and president, respectively.
Is it just the spitting? She just hit me twice.
In June, we told you about another TriMet bus driver who was assaulted. Casey says assaults have happened, but noticed an uptick just before the pandemic.
Right before the pandemic started, we started to see a spike where it started to go up to where we were having over 100 a year. And then when the pandemic hit, that trend kept going.
The entire area has seen an uptick in crime.
Executive Director of Safety and Security Andrew Wilson presented statistics to TriMet's Reimagining Public Safety Committee in August, though they only go back to 2020. It shows TriMet's employees have been threatened hundreds of times each year. 467 documented cases last year. The agency's projections expect less this year, estimating 334 incidents, though assaults are also in the hundreds and projected by the agency to increase from 220 last year to 228 by year's end. There are dozens of instances of weapons reported and dozens of instances of drivers being spit on as a respiratory virus spread at pandemic levels.
We feel that deeply when one of our operators goes through a security incident like that.
TriMet did pick a driver for us to speak with. Danita McCown has driven for 8 years, and the worst situation she's seen is being spit on.
I don't feel the bus is unsafe. If I did, I wouldn't be driving it.
But Casey and Block get text alerts when one of the union's members is harassed or assaulted.
We had a supervisor assaulted at Gateway again. 5 hours before that, we had another one assaulted. On July 25th, we had a total of 3. We had 3 assaults that day.
Other days there are no assaults, but Casey says this is an example of what operators face. Wilson says these instances are rare, and he expects less threats and assaults as more riders return to the system.
The vast majority of our ridership will not experience a significant security issue today when they ride the system. But I do think that it's important to know that the communities that we are operating our transit system through are having struggles right now. And I think that's an honest answer for anybody living in the Portland metro area.
The solution TriMet is looking at is restructuring its public safety presence on the system, though staffing has been an issue. Transit officers have been the historical security on the TriMet system, with 18 officers from the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office of the 65 TriMet says they'd like to have. The Sheriff's Office hopes to add 2 dedicated HOPE team officers to the transit system who specialize in homeless outreach and helping people to services. That's a similar role TriMet has envisioned for its safety response team. With 26 members so far, TriMet hopes to expand to 48 next year. As Casey and drivers report fare enforcement is often the largest point of conflict, TriMet is taking that role from drivers and operators. Customer service specialists will be who enforce fare and other policies on trains and buses. The agency has 18 positions now and hopes to double to 37.
Do you think that's an effective approach so far?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not enough of them.
We need to make sure that our riders feel safe out there and that they see a presence. In terms of the specifics of how many people that is necessary to provide that on a bus or on a MAX train or on a platform, etc., that's a real loose number, and it could vary even per times of day and the kinds of activity that's out there. How many other riders are out there?
In past years, Block and Casey says the union members did not feel supported by TriMet and felt targeted by masking policies and fare reminders. But last summer, Sam Dessou was named the new general manager, bringing on a new labor relations director and public safety and security director in Andrew Wilson as well. Since that time, Block and Casey say the relationship has improved, and they're cautiously optimistic for change.
The new GM that they have there now, he seems to listen. He wants to work with us.
The Reimagining Public Safety Committee for TriMet will meet through 2023 and present recommendations to the agency's board this time next year. Dan, Elizabeth.
So, Brandon, I know there's a safety barrier protecting the drivers, but people can actually get around those. We also know that TriMet is offering $7,500 hiring bonus, but how is all this affecting hiring?
It's certainly having an impact, according to the union president, Shirley Block. She's told me about instances where she has been at job fairs and asked people to apply to one of these jobs, and she is laughed at because of people's hearing of what they hear happens to drivers. So they're really relying on that committee's recommendations to hopefully find some solutions, and hopefully the agency can address its staffing as well.
All right.